Welcome back to you, Larry Caplan. You got to find out about the skeeter meter.
I had not seen the skeeter meter, so I'm really impressed with that.
You should be. And Ron loves it so much. It's so good to see you again. It's been a while.
Angie, I love being here. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, we were thinking about, fall, because, people are still enjoying their late summer gardens, but it's time to look out there and think about what we need to do. And sometimes we don't know exactly how to get ready, make our lawns and gardens ready. So that's why you're here.
Thank you. September is one of the best months of the year to be doing cleanup, renovation of yards, prepping the gardens. This is just a great thing. Generally, the fall tends to be warm and dry. And so we could do a lot in the gardens now that we normally can't do in the spring when it's raining every other day.
And soggy, yes.
And soggy, right. So right now, you may have your vegetable garden, and by this point, it's probably looking pretty sad.
Played out. It's played out, Ron. Your garden's played out.
That's pretty much right. So at this point, I would suggest start cleaning out the garden. Get rid of all the plants that are dead and dying. Rake out any of the, especially if you have tomatoes, a lot of the tomatoes drop to the ground.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're going to overseed, and they'll sprout in the spring, and those are not going to be good tomatoes. So rake all that out of there. Get all that debris out. Not only does it give you a better start for the spring, but it cuts down on insect problems and diseases that are going to be sitting there waiting for your next planting in the spring. For example, squash bugs. One of the biggest problems if you're growing squash or pumpkins or gourds, they just inundate the plants, and they overwinter in dead squash plant debris. So getting all of that out of there is going to set you up for less problems with these critters next spring.
Can you compost those, though, or are they just too far gone?
If it's heavily infested, I don't like composting it. Just get rid of it. Composting, if it's done right, can cook a lot of these insects and disease organisms. But we're talking about having a compost pile that's about 4 foot wide by 4 foot high, and you're turning it every 3 or 4 weeks. And a lot of us don't do that. And so we don't build up the heat to kill these critters. So I'd rather, if it's really infested, I'd really prefer you don't put it in the compost. Just bag it and set it out in the trash.
Can you tell that it's infested? I mean, just by looking.
Yeah. I mean,
they're just everywhere.
Well, they're everywhere, and you'll have noticed that your plants were dying. Okay. From various things. So this is a clue that, if you had a lot of insect disease problems, don't save that stuff, for the compost. I mean, I'm a big fan of composting, but one of the best ways to give you more problems next year is to compost infested material.
Well, and obviously there are steps you need to take. I mean, I've looked into what it takes to compost. It's not a simple process.
It really isn't. I mean, technically it is.
Yes.
But if you want to take your debris in the fall and compost it and be able to use it in the spring, you can't just leave it there. There's a lot of work that needs to be involved, and many of us don't think of doing it. We fill up the compost bin and we just say, let it rot. And
and it will.
And it will, but not in 5 months like we need it to. And so again, if you're trying to get a very broken down product without pest problems, you need to be putting in the right amount of greens and browns. You need to be turning it to get some oxygen mixed in there. It's not impossible, but it does take a little effort.
You need to check that out. We have more with Larry right after this break. Come back.